What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. Link will be in the description box below as usual. Go get it. PayPal link there also. They asked me to put it up, so I'll put it up. Thanks everybody for supporting. This video is entitled Common at the Houston Symphony Review. Last night, Common did a show at the Houston Symphony, and it was a great show. Like, it's nothing. I wasn't gonna say nothing bad, no way, because for one, I grew up on the West Side. West Side is the best side. I don't care what nobody say. But for two, it got me to go to the Symphony. Okay, and it was a great experience. Everything was good about it, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. And I'm gonna tell y'all why y'all should go if it ever comes to your town. First and foremost, it was a grown atmosphere and a family atmosphere, and which means dress to impress or just look real good, look fly. The kids were there looking good. Parents, children, families, dates, from old to young, right? That made it spectacular just on the premise. Bunch of brothers and sisters looking impeccable, So I gotta just put that out there. So, it was at the Jones Hall in Houston, downtown, which is the Houston Symphony. The premise of it, who was the conductor was, I want to say Steve Renicky. I hope I didn't say it wrong, but I gotta salute him and the symphony because he said three rappers actually worked with the symphony in DC. The first was Nas, I think, then Common, then Kendrick Lamar. And then Common, it was like 3 years later, came to Houston last night. Now, that was actually the first ever fusion of the symphony and hip-hop in Houston at the symphony ever. So we was in the building for hip-hop history, at least on the Texas part, right? So because of the albums that Common had, the samples with No ID tracks, the Jay Dilla, the Kanye West tracks, and the sampling of his music, the symphony was able to do that. So of course, the beats and breaks they can't do, but all of the harmonies and the back end stuff, they killed that. Great atmosphere because of that. All the people showed love to the symphony, to the conductor. Common had his band with him, so he had brother on the turntables. He had 3 singers, all phenomenal. Bass player who was from actually Houston, the brother on the drums, all phenomenal. And when I say that, I don't mean that just to be blowing smoke up your butt. One of the sisters, she was singing, she was doing the scat part of The Light. She killed that. I mean, the whole place was like, God. The brother, he did Glory, like the John Legend part. Killed that. The other sister was doing Love of My Life. With him and Erykah Badu. Killed that. And they all, worked together and harmonized. So everybody had a little piece. The brother from Houston on his he did a solo. That was some beautiful music that he laid down. What was great about this whole experience was it was just like the symphony, from my understanding. So conductor comes, Common comes, and it's a hip hop show, but it's because Common vibe is real cool, right? And what winds up happening is he's going into these songs. He went from B, the people, like Testify, like all kind, like he's going through a lot. Like people forget how much Common has done over the years, and the orchestra is in the background just killing it, right? And they got the sound, they're working their way up, and then it crescendos, and then we got intermission. And he crack it up because he was like, we don't normally do this at shows, but this is a time for the intermission. So you go out, You get your refreshments. You come back. The show went from like, I want to say like 7:30 to maybe 10 o'clock or 9:45 or something like that. So you got home at a reasonable time too. And he comes back from the intermission and just turns it up a notch. And I mean, you was already rocking like, and I'm one of those people. I don't do all the hip hop. I don't do none of that. I don't like all that. But I'm sitting there singing the whole songs, just in a suit, and I'm like, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. And when he comes back, this is where the fusion parts really starts to kick in, because basically they was warming up to what they was gonna do. So he has songs, of course, like everybody knows, like the corner and all that, and just like beat, dum, 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 dum. So the bass player, he's killing it, and then the orchestra, dum, 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 they just killing it. So that's how he coming in, right? So they doing this type of stuff. So now he's going back and forth, like, you know, I used to love her, love of my life, come close, all these songs. And there's certain parts where they break it into a whole nother genre of music, and the orchestra breaks with it. Dog, that was spectacular. Now, if anybody who doesn't know Common he will freestyle. So he brought a sister on the stage and serenaded her with Come Close. But before he did that, he asked her where she was from. Hilarious side note. He said, "What's your name?" She said, "Laquita." Now, it was like, you know, sister come on stage, Symphony. What's your name? Laquita. But she was a beautiful woman, though. But it was just funny that she said where she was from, where she lived. It was like, oh, damn, Laquita kind of paid on this police. So he starts doing a freestyle about him riding around Houston. And you could tell, you know, it's a freestyle because anybody who's rapped before, they know, you know, freestyles. And it's not like he's messing up, but everything is, he's throwing in all like landmarks in the city, you know, sides of town, places, people, things, like only you would know if you lived here. So like it's catching people off guard because he's rocking this stuff because they know he don't live here, but to know, you know, he knows enough to know. Like he's been around somebody that lives here, or in which the guy, brother in the band, is from here, and he's been around the city enough to see, and he's been in numerous times. People don't know that, but so he's killing this freestyle, and it's all to the Come Close thing, and then she's sitting in a chair, and then he breaks into the song and basically serenades her. Man, it was dope. It was so dope. And I got to give a shout out to all of the black people. Like, we talk about the stuff on, you know, gender and this, that, and the third. First of all, it was so beautiful, and there's so many beautiful people there and beautiful women there. If that ever comes to your city, if you actually looking for a woman who's got an inkling of class, meet in the middle and find when they mix the hip hop and the symphony. The other thing that's most important, that was very much so important, he edited himself, so he wasn't really cussing like that. So, cause I was with my homegirl next to me, I was with my homegirl, and a grandmother was next to me, and she can enjoy the show. And a little further down was just a whole family, and they can enjoy the show. So it wasn't all of the harsh language you would get at a concert, because he tailored it to the symphony, which makes it also better. The atmosphere was impeccable. I can't say nothing but beautiful, and also, because I'm gonna show you, like, I had to wear a suit. Okay, I was in a suit and whatnot. So, but also, I'm gonna play a video so y'all don't think I'm lying. But this is how the place looks on the inside, right? But what wound up happening was the tickets was great. I know you can't see it said Common on the thing, but that's him or whatever, and that's the orchestra, right? Good seats or whatever. Let me tell y'all something. And the seats probably, I think the two tickets was maybe like 120, 150, something like that. I bought them like weeks ago. Now, I just happened to see him by happenstance, because I saw an advertisement for them, and that's how I bought them. So it wasn't like on Ticketmaster, not that I know of. One of the best shows I've ever been to. Dead serious. You could take your family. You could take a date. You could go meet people that are single. Great night out. And they say they're going to do this more. So, and I'm sure the artists are going to change. But I'm saying this for in other cities because it was sold out here. They got a standing ovation here. Really, too. Because Common did, his last song was Glory, but the song he did prior to that, people thought that was the end of the show, and they gave him a standing ovation. He's like, no, we ain't done yet, though. And then he did Glory, rocked it out. And then another standing ovation because shout out to the conductor, shout out to the Symphony. My homegirl's like, there's only one black girl in the Symphony. She was on the flute. I was like, what you was looking for? Maybe at least 2 black folks? Look, but that's like the doorway to get people into the Symphony. Oh, and one other thing about that. The Symphony has a donor list. So when we talk about supporting black businesses, the Symphony is a nice place. They actually have a donor list of people who donate to them to make sure they run through the year. Actual people and businesses. So these people pay for what they want. Just like we paid to see him, people actually pay to make sure the Symphony is still running. So I was just saying that, so don't think other groups don't support each other and support things that some people might not like. They do. I had to say that as a side note. But shout out to Common. Shout out to the Symphony. It was great. It was great. It was great. Still West Side is the best side, though. Like, share, subscribe. Catch you on the next one. Peace.